Take a look at what I've got. Brand new Pixel 10a still in the box. There's a lot of controversy about this phone. A lot of people saying it feels like a Pixel 9a. Doesn't feel much different. So I'm gonna do a couple things for you. I'm gonna show you what comes inside the box. I'll take a close look at the new 10a, but then I'll put it side by side with the 9a. We'll take a look at what's the same and what is actually different. And then stick around to the B side of this video because I've got one of the brand new colors of the Pixel Buds 2a. This is Fog. I'll take a closer look at that. Tack it before you wreck it. Let's get right to it. Let's get this thing unboxed. Here's the Google Pixel 10a, brand new in the box. You can see the photo of the phone on the outside, coming in that cool lavender color. I do like how they have the picture on the outside. Closer look on the back of the box. You can see the model number. It is the lavender color, 6.3-inch screen, and 128 gigs of storage. Ripping the strip. Let's get this box open. Standard Google brown box with the black outline of the phone on the inside here. And here you go. Again, that cool lavender color. Very similar to the color from the year before, although slightly different. They sort of changed the colors, but didn't really change the colors. Inside the box, you do get, ooh, look at that, a SIM ejector tool. They still include that, thankfully, which is nice to see. You've got a basic instruction manual, legal mumbo jumbo that we won't read. And of course, no charging cube, but you do get that USB-C to USB-C unbranded cable. Nice to include this, but nothing exciting here. All right, phone time, and it is covered with this kind of plasticky paper stuff, so we'll rip that off to take a look at the phone. So here it is, the Pixel 10a in the flesh, and it certainly looks a lot like the Pixel 9a, that beautiful lavender color on the back. I hate to keep dwelling on that, but it really is a cool looking color. There's the no bump camera, two cameras. You've got a 48 megapixel wide camera, 13 megapixel ultra wide camera, and then the flash there, and a 13 megapixel selfie camera on the front. So we'll flip over to the side here. You've got your power button, your volume up and down rocker as expected on the right hand side of the phone, your antenna brakes there on the side of the aluminum chassis, and then you've got your dual speakers on the bottom and your USB-C port. On the other side of the phone, left side, you've got your SIM tray there, which is moved. It was on the bottom before, and then of course a microphone port on the top. This thing has basically though the same specs as what we've had before. G4 chip inside, the M2 security chip inside as well, and a 1080 by 2424 OLED screen. Let's power it on. All right, so I'll zip through the setup process here, and if you've used a Google Pixel before, you will recognize all of this. You simply jump through the prompts here. I'm not going to transfer anything over because I want to see how quickly I can get this set up, because really it should only take a couple minutes if we're not transferring any apps or data. I'll connect to my Wi-Fi. After a couple minute quick setup, we are in, and this is kind of interesting. I've never seen this option to select my navigation mode. Maybe this has been there, but I've never seen this on setup. It lets you pick if you want the buttons on the bottom or if you want to use the gestures. If you haven't learned the gestures, use the gestures. It's so much easier once you learn it, although I know a lot of people still love those buttons. Taking a closer look, again, a lot like the Pixel 9a, same size screen, although they do say it is brighter and has a better contrast ratio than the 9a. It's going to be subtle. I don't think most people will notice it. You see the bezel around the edges is almost the same as the 9a, and the screen looks good. I mean, it's a nice looking OLED screen, no question about that, up to 120 hertz, so it is a decent looking screen. I keep talking about the 9a, so we got to put it side by side. 9a on the right, 10a on the left. You almost could not tell the difference, guys, but I'm going to point out what is in fact different. Again, the screen on the 10a is spec'd a little bit better in terms of brightness and contrast. On the back, you basically have no camera bump, but the 9a did have a slight camera bump. The sensors themselves are basically the same, but you'll notice the 10a on the left, they totally removed that camera bump. It is flush with the back, whereas on the 9a, you have that slight camera bump. Subtle difference, probably won't matter for most people because effectively there is no camera bump. But if we're comparing these two phones, that is one of the major differences. That SIM card tray, again, moved to the side on the 10a for some reason. It was on the bottom of the 9a. There's this SIM card tray on the bottom, and then an additional speaker port, or at least separated speaker ports on the bottom of the 10a versus a single port on the 9a. Subtle differences, effectively a very similar phone, same processor, same screen, same camera sensors on the inside. So it begs the question, who is the Pixel 10a actually for? Is there a market for a phone phone that's not that much different than the previous generation? I think there absolutely is. It's not for people who have the 9A. That would be a silly upgrade because frankly, it wouldn't be much of an upgrade at all. I think the Pixel 10a is a very small iteration from the 9A, and it's a phone designed for people who are still using an older generation phone. If you're on a Pixel 7 or a Pixel 8, the 10a will be a great upgrade if you don't want to spend $1,000 on the full-blown Pixel 10 or the 10 Pro. And more importantly, I think the 10a is proof that in many situations, most certainly in the budget phone world, you don't have to upgrade your phone every year. And I've been saying this for years now, guys. This isn't 10 or 15 years ago when every year the phones got that much better. They just don't get that much better every year. There's small iterations, new software tweaks that many of us will get anyways. I think this is a blatant reminder you don't have to upgrade your phone every year. That's why this is such a small iteration from the year before. With that said, it would have been nice to see maybe a little better screen, a little bit less bezel on this phone, maybe a slight redesign. Certainly the G5 chip would have been nice in here, but nonetheless, I don't think that takes away from the fact that the Pixel 10a is still one of the best budget phones, $500 or less, that you're going to find on the market today. I would love it if you did me a huge favor. Subscribe to my channel here on YouTube. Not only does it help me grow here on YouTube, but also it'll help you see all the new videos I'm posting every single week here on the channel. Okay, let's jump over to the brand new colors of the Google Pixel Buds 2a. If you've seen the Pixel Buds 2a before, then these will look familiar. They're the same, but two new colors. There's one called Berry, and this color is called Fog. Let's take a look at what's inside the box as you've got the buds there in the charging case. Underneath, take a look. You've got the different earpieces. I love how they organize this in these little boxes, and you can see it's telling you how to put the buds into your ear, but also extra small, small, and large. The medium likely already installed on the buds themselves. The charging case is nice. It's a nice little capsule charging case, and it's hard to show it on the video here, but it's got this cool, smooth, matte finish. I like it a lot. Of course, they are designed, the color-wise, to complement the buds themselves. Inside, you've got those fog-colored buds, kind of like an off-white, or maybe like a mix between a white and a gray. So the Pixel Buds 2a, the same as we've seen before, but again, just a new color, and I really do like what they're doing here. This is a great option if you're looking for an affordable set of wireless earbuds. So this is the fun part of this video where I get to hear from you guys. I want to know, are you buying the Pixel 10a? Is that why you're watching this video? Because you're in the market for this phone? Maybe you skipped on the 9a and the 10a is that next natural upgrade. Or maybe you're passing on this. Are you disappointed that it isn't that much of an upgrade from the previous model? Throw your comments in below. I read every single one. Trust me, I have nothing to do. I would love to read your comments. Just put an emoji in there and say hi. I think it's fun. And I'll try to comment back on every single one because I love that interaction here on the channel. It really is what makes these videos so fun, to see that conversation, to see what you guys are thinking. And do me a huge, huge favor. Subscribe to the channel here on YouTube because, as I mentioned, it helps me grow, but it also helps me understand what kind of videos you guys like. I've got a lot more cool unboxings, tech reviews, hands-on videos, how-to videos, a lot of cool stuff coming your way. So join the channel. Hope to see you on the next one. Tech it before you wreck it. I'm Kirk.